to prison, then this seems to be where your life truly begins to change.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
What was it about prison in this environment, and how did this help you change
Okay.
permanently?
Okay, so it started in county jail about 3 months in.
Okay.
And I got to a point, I got sentenced in Monroe County. The whole time I was in Monroe County, I just played poker, didn't really follow the rules. I didn't cause a bunch of trouble, but I wasn't thinking about getting better. I was actually just thinking about how can I get out of this.
Right.
But I got sentenced, and after I got sentenced, I knew I was going to prison, and I got transferred to Owen County. When I got transferred to Owen County, before I got put in a block, I just prayed. I said, God, put me somewhere where I can just get my head right, And I got put in a block with people I went to high school with, and just people I knew, and so it'd be really calm, like no struggles, didn't have to come in the block and try to fit in or make sure I got along with everybody because I already knew the people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sleeping on a cot on the floor because there's like 9 of us in this 8-man cell, and this is where I really changed this moment.
Okay.
And I'm laying there and I have a vision. I fell asleep for 20 seconds, had a dream, but it was like a vision. I was awake. I wasn't supposed to be asleep.
Right.
It just disappeared for a second. And I saw this wolf, or it was a coyote. It was like a coy dog. And he was caught in a trap. He had his foot caught in a trap. And in the dream, I went up to him I tried to help him out of the trap, but he snapped at me. He didn't want to do. He didn't know what I was doing, and he just knew his foot hurt. And I was coming at him. He was protecting himself.
Okay.
So I said, man, how can I get this dog out of this trap? I'm like, oh, I got it. So I grab a blanket and I wrap the dog in a blanket real quick so he can't bite me. A real thick blanket, and then I get his foot out of the trap and I let him go. I wake up and God says, you're that dog, and this blanket is the prison sentence.
Okay.
And I have to do this right now to get you away from the things that were destroying you.
Absolutely.
And I realized it. I got full again, like that moment, like just full of God, I guess, the Spirit. Just overwhelming sense of God still loves me and He has a plan for me, and all just through that one little dream.
I had an experience a lot like that in the county jail, and I like to try to draw similarities sometimes.
Yeah.
And you said you feel full, but I remember I was drinking. For me, it wasn't a dream. I was awake, and I'm sitting there and I'm drinking Keefy coffee. You remember the Keefy?
Yeah.
The yellow bag. And I'm the only one up in the morning, and this is probably 5 or 6 months in. And I realized at this point I'm trying to change my life. I didn't really know how I was going to do it, but I was sitting there, I was drinking my coffee, I'm watching this country television, and I kind of in my mind, I'm going back to drinking coffee with my mom on the front porch.
Yeah.
And you said you felt full. I had this overwhelming sense of joy just destroy me. And it was the first time that I had felt that in years. And I knew whatever that was, that I wanted that. That feeling was something that I wanted to hold on to. And I think from that day forward is when I knew I was okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like you're explaining the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my moment where I didn't care about the prison sentence anymore.
No, I accepted it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was.
You had a chance
good.
to change, to get your mind right, get your relationship right with God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what did you do with this opportunity?
So for a month I read the Bible. Longer than a month, but particularly the rest of the time I was in Owen County Jail. And this is another miraculous thing. It was awesome. That happened. I got a Bible, and I would dream about Matthew chapter 4 and 5 and 6. It's just the weirdest thing ever.
What do they state?
Well, I would just so one day I would dream like Matthew 4, 5, and 6.
Okay,
In my dream I would be reading these chapters.
Okay.
I would wake up and that would be exactly where I would read it, and I would read it again in real life.
Okay.
And then I'd go back to sleep because we're in county sleep a lot. I'd dream again about the next 3 chapters. So I read it twice, once in my sleep and once in real life. It was like the most bizarre thing, and it felt like every word I read was alive because it was like deja vu. Everything I was reading was something I just read. It was so amazing.
Do you think those words seems to pop so much and seem so alive now because you had this that feeling we were just talking about, that real moment, you know? So I think from that moment forward, I think things do feel more alive because I had never read a day in my life, John.
Yeah.
And once this happened, I started to read, and I read the Bible. I read the New Testament twice, and I remember I read things and was like, it would hit me different. Like I was absorbing this stuff, man. Like it was changing me, and I feel like maybe it was you too. You know?
Yeah, it completely transformed my mind for that. So that next month or two of just reading the Bible, and that whole experience, and from the dream about the wolf to reading through the New Testament probably twice in that couple month period. Completely changed who I was. By the time I got to prison, 3 months after that dream, I was completely stable in my walk with God. And that's when you met me.
That's when I met you.
Like I'm very, very calm. I don't care what anyone in here thinks about me. I'm going to be exactly what God is telling me to be.
And I can testify to your walk because I've seen it. I know in my own journey, there wasn't a lot of people in there I really, truly believed in, but you were one of those people.
And you too.
Yep, and that's why you're sitting here today.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a Christian man, I believe in you and your walk for sure. And I love hearing about it.